The rise, fall, and unstoppable comeback of Robert Downey Jr. Imagine being called a failure by everyone, losing everything you love, your career, your family, your freedom, and still finding the courage to rise again. This is the story of a man who hit rock bottom and then built himself into Iron Man. The story of Robert Downey Jr., the man who became Iron Man not just on screen, but in real life. Robert was born in 1965 into a world of movies and art. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was a filmmaker, and his mother, Elsie, was an actress. He made his first movie appearance at just 5 years old. But behind the lights and cameras, Robert's childhood was far from perfect. His father, struggling with addiction, introduced him to drugs at a very young age. That one mistake changed everything. Robert grew up surrounded by chaos. As he later said, when your father gives you drugs, you grow up thinking it's normal. Despite the pain, he had talent, pure, undeniable talent. He was charming, funny, brilliant, and everyone saw it. By the 1980s, Robert's acting career was shining. He became one of the brightest young stars in Hollywood. Movies like Chaplin 1992 proved he wasn't just another actor. He was an artist. He even got nominated for an Oscar for playing Charlie Chaplin. But fame couldn't fix what was broken inside. Behind the success was a man fighting a dark war with addiction. He once said, "It's like I have a shotgun in my mouth, and I like the taste of metal." He was arrested multiple times, sent to rehab, and even jailed. He lost movie roles, millions of dollars, and most painfully, the trust of everyone who once believed in him. Hollywood shut its doors. No one wanted to hire him.
That revelation
His marriage
caused chaos.
ended at one point.
Annie reportedly
He
threw
was
Kyle
sleeping
out
on a
of their
friend's
home,
couch,
and the story dominated
jobless,
headlines for
hopeless,
weeks.
and
Kyle later
forgotten.
called the
The
situation
man
a
who once
mistake,
had everything
but Lauren hit
now
back,
had nothing.
accusing him of being
But in the
cruel
darkest
toward
moment
their
of his
children.
life,
A
something
bitter
changed.
public feud and a court
Robert
case
realized
followed,
that no
and
one was
Lauren
coming to
stepped
save
back
him.
from the spotlight
If he
to
wanted to
focus on
rise
her
again,
kids.
he had to become his
Earlier
own
this year,
hero.
Lauren spoke about
He went
wanting
through
a third
years
child
of
despite
therapy,
facing
meditation,
fertility
and
challenges due to
self-discipline. He quit drugs
endometriosis and
completely.
PCOS, but
He
she also
rebuilt his
admitted she
mind, his
hadn't been
habits,
dating
and his soul. He
until
said,
now.
"Remember that
Now,
just
months
because
later,
you hit
rumors of a
bottom
new
doesn't mean you
spark
have to
with
stay
Jack
there."
Draper have
Then
reignited
came the
media
opportunity
attention, and
that
everyone's
changed
asking,
everything.
is this the start of
In
Lauren Goodman's
2008,
next chapter, or
Marvel
just
was
another
looking for someone
short-lived
to play
headline?
Tony Stark,
Only
a
time
genius
will
billionaire
tell,
with a
but one
troubled
thing's
past.
for
The
sure,
studio didn't
Lauren
want Robert
Goodman is
Downey
back in the
Jr. because
spotlight.
of his history. They thought he was
Outro,
too risky,
suspenseful
but
tone.
director
So
Jon
what do you
Favreau
think? Is
fought
this
for
a
him,
real romance
saying,
or just a friendly
"Robert
meetup
is
blown
Tony
out of
Stark.
proportion? Drop your
His
thoughts in the
past, his
comments,
pain,
and
his
stay
intelligence,
tuned because
it's
this
real."
story is still
And just like
developing.
that, Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man. The rest is cinematic history. Iron Man became a global phenomenon. Robert's career exploded back to life. From being rejected by every studio to becoming the highest-paid actor in Hollywood, earning over $75 million a year, his comeback was legendary. But what's more inspiring is, he used his success to help others. He mentors recovering addicts, supports charities, and spreads the message of hope today. Robert Downey Jr. isn't just a superstar, he's a symbol of redemption. A man who proved that your past does not define your future. He once said, "The lesson is that you can start over. Every day is a new chance to rebuild your life." So, if you ever feel lost, if people doubt you, remember this. Robert Downey Jr. was once broken, forgotten, and written off by everyone, but he came back stronger than ever. Because sometimes the greatest superhero stories don't happen in movies, they happen in real life. No matter how dark your past, you can always write a brighter future.
Today, Keith
Stay
Urban
inspired,
continues his
stay
high
strong,
and alive
and
world
remember,
tour,
you
traveling
are your
from
own
state to
Iron
state,
Man.
guitar in hand, singing songs of heartbreak, hope, and healing. Nicole remains in Nashville with their daughters, quietly rebuilding her life, her career, and her heart. And fans are left wondering, was this just the tragic ending of a Hollywood fairy tale? Or is there still a chance, in some other world, where Keith and Nicole's story finds its way back together?